Hi there and welcome to this week's vlog, and I've got two bits of exciting news to share with you and one news of a bit of a parkrun disaster. So let me tell you one bit of exciting news. Well, it's not vastly exciting, but it's fairly exciting. That is, you may remember me telling you about something called Movember, where men are encouraged to grow moustache. Those of us who had beards shaved the beards off, and so moustache is coming along. But we're getting towards the end of November. In fact, it ends on the 30th of November. So the question is, shall I shave this moustache off? Shall I grow a beard again? I bumped into a friend who I haven't seen for a while, who is partially sighted, but when she saw me, when I spoke to her and she recognised my voice, she looked a bit closer and said, "Steve, grow that beard again." So that's the question to be resolved. I must admit that most of the wives of the guys of church who've been doing this are desperate for them to get rid of that moustache because they think it looks silly. Anyway, we shall see. Wait, watch this space. So November is about, as I mentioned, raising awareness of men's health issues and raising funds to support action in that area. The other bit of exciting news, I think I'll leave that till the end, but I want to tell you a bit about a bit of a parkrun disaster. Last Saturday, I usually go to our local parkrun, sometimes others around. If I'm on holiday, I go there, and usually I wear these kind of headphones that don't actually go on your ears. They go on just in front of your ears, and somehow the sound is transmitted through the bones or something. I don't know how they work, but they're good. I like listening to UCB, which is UCB United Christian Broadcasters, as I'm running around, and that's really good. Last Saturday, I kind of took the headphones off a bit so I could listen to the announcer before we set off, and then when we set off, I was struggling a bit to get the headphones back in the right place, and after about 100 yards I'd run, I was still fiddling about with my headphones, and disastrously my glasses fell off. So I stopped running and thought I need to find them, and sadly enough, when I found them, this is the state they were in. The lenses badly scratched and the frame beyond repair. So that was a bit of a disaster. So I didn't manage to do the parkrun. I got a bit fed up, and I couldn't see all that well. I can see enough to run probably, but by then I was a bit cheesed off with what had happened, because I knew they were quite expensive, as glasses are these days. So what am I wearing now? These are my pair from the pair that I had before the ones that I broke. So I can see reasonably well. They're not ideal, not perfect, but enough to be going on with. So that was a bit of a parkrun disaster. I didn't actually manage to do the parkrun, so I've still got 3 more left until I reach my 100th parkrun in a few weeks' time. Anyway, broken were the frames, and that when I heard something on the radio, on UCB actually, as it happened, it clicked with me as I was thinking about the theme of brokenness. And somebody was talking about the musical Six, which you may have seen. It's about the 6 wives of Henry VIII. And apparently in the musical, I haven't seen it myself, each of the wives sing and talk a little bit about, explain a little about their story of being married to Henry. And one particular of Henry's wives was mentioned by this person on the radio, and they mentioned Jane Seymour. So apparently in her song, she sings these words. I'm not going to attempt to sing it because I don't know the tune anyway, and I can't sing very well. "You can build me up, you can tear me down, you can try, but I'm unbreakable." Now, is it realistic for someone to say or sing "I'm unbreakable"? Of course it isn't. Now, we may like others to think we're unbreakable, that we're not affected in a negative way by events or what people say, etc. We may present an image of unbreakability, But the truth is, none of us really are unbreakable. We can all be hurt or damaged by events, by words that people say sometimes. But the good news is that God is in the business of restoration. It's almost as if, I don't know if you watch that program, it's one of my favourite programs on a telly, Repair Shop, where people bring in treasured items that have been damaged or something's happened, and the skillful man or woman who's skilled in that area brings them back to life, as it were, and restores them. And always people are so desperately pleased when they see what this skilled person has done with their item. God is a bit like, I suppose, a divine repair shop person. He recognises our brokenness, and he offers and is able to restore, to rebuild, to remake. Now, there's a verse in Psalm 147, verse 3, which says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." What a great picture that is of God healing and restoring what has been broken. And the only qualification for that is that we admit our brokenness. That we have to say, God, yeah, I'm broken, I'm hurting, I need your help. And God comes alongside and brings that healing, that restoration. And that, if you like, is a bit tied in with the Movember issue, because many of us men are not very good at admitting our weakness, admitting our need. And Movember is about encouraging men to be open, to share their weaknesses, their needs, so that they can be helped and supported. So that's just a thought for the day. God is in the business of healing the brokenhearted, healing us where we're broken. He can do things nothing else, no one else can do. That's the good news. And finally, the other bit of exciting news is that, back in lockdown, I did a series of what I call faith journey conversations. So I had a conversation with somebody about their faith journey, and we put them on the internet, and people were able to listen to that. I'm always encouraged by stories of people's faith journey, how God has been at work in people's lives. And I'm hoping to start that again. So every now and then I'll be posting, instead of my normal vlog, I'll be posting one of my faith journey conversations, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to do the first one next week. Yeah, it may not happen, but if it does, you'll be able to watch it, and I'm sure that you'll be inspired and encouraged. So something to look forward to. Anyway, thank you so much for listening today. God bless you. Have a great week.